All right, so today we're diving into Journey to the West,
Okay.
which is, I think it's safe to say, one of the most famous
Yeah,
pieces of Chinese literature.
absolutely.
And we're looking at a particular excerpt today that you sent me
Right.
that focuses on this character, Sai Tai Su.
Yes.
So for those who aren't familiar, Journey to the West, just briefly, it's this epic, sprawling adventure story.
That's
He's just chock full of magic.
Yeah. Fantastical creatures, Buddhist philosophy.
Yeah, so we're not tackling the whole thing today.
No, no, no.
We're just focusing on one
Just a little piece
little
of
piece of this massive story.
But even a small piece of Journey to the West, I think, can open up like a window into all these broader themes and beliefs.
Right.
It's like a fractal, intricate and complex at every level.
Okay, I like that, a fractal.
Yeah.
So who is this Sai Tai Su? He's our villain, right?
He is. He's a wild boar demon.
Okay.
And he's got his eye on the kingdom of Zhuzi.
Okay.
But he's not just some, mindless, rampaging
Right.
brute, right? He's got a plan, and
Yeah.
it's a devious one.
So what does he do?
Well, he uses sorcery and trickery
Okay.
to deceive the king of Zhuzi. He manages to convince the king that his queen, who's known for her beauty and virtue,
Right.
is actually cursed and needs to be imprisoned
Oh, wow.
for her own safety.
So the king believes this?
Yeah, he's totally taken in.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
What a terrible...
It's a terrible situation.
So he imprisons his own queen.
He does. And this really gets to the heart of Sai Tai Su's character, right? How cunning he is.
Right.
How manipulative.
But this is just a way for him to get to the queen.
Exactly. The true motive is to force the queen to marry him.
Oh, wow.
It's a classic, power grab.
Yeah, that's a pretty standard villain move.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Just get rid of the king, marry the queen.
But it's also interesting to think about this in terms of Chinese culture. Right, because Confucianism places huge importance on social harmony
Right.
and respect for authority.
Okay.
Sai Tai Su, by deceiving the king, is really throwing the whole kingdom into chaos.
Right.
He's undermining the entire social order.
So it's not just this individual act of, I want to marry the queen.
Right.
It's like he's disrupting...
It's like he's attacking the very fabric of society.
Yeah, wow. Okay.
By disrupting this very important relationship between the king and the queen.
Okay, so thankfully, Tang Monk and his disciples show up.
They do.
Including, of course,
The legendary monkey king.
Sun Wukong.
Sun Wukong, that's right.
So they're obviously the heroes of the story.
They are. I mean, talk about classic heroes, right?
Right.
I mean, to challenge this evil.
Yeah, so are they just going to... I assume Sun Wukong doesn't just, barge in there and start
No.
fighting everybody.
Sun Wukong is way too clever for that.
Okay.
First, he disguises himself, infiltrates the palace.
Oh, sneaky.
Sneaky, right? Gets to the bottom of what's going on with the queen.
Okay, so he uncovers the truth.
He does.
Now, you mentioned something that I thought was interesting,
Okay.
and this might be getting a little ahead of ourselves, but
Sure.
Sai Tai Su claimed to be the...
The Taisui.
Right. What's the significance of that?
That's a great question because that little detail
Okay.
links him to this powerful celestial being in Chinese astrology.
Okay.
So it's not just a name.
Right.
He's implying he's got some kind of connection to cosmic forces.
So this whole thing is more than just an earthly power grab.
Exactly. It adds this whole other level of meaning to the story.
So it's like cosmic good versus evil now.
In a way, yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so eventually, I assume Sun Wukong,
He does
Yeah.
confront Sai Tai Sui.
and they have this big battle.
Oh, yeah. It's a huge battle.
I bet.
All these incredible feats of strength, magic, transformations.
And there's a fight between Sai Tai Su and Pixie, right?
Yes. Pigzy, another one of Tang Sanzang's disciples,
Yeah.
who also happens to be a pig demon.
So we've got two pig demons fighting each other.
We do.
That's got to be symbolic, right?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, on one level, it's just a fantastic fight scene.
Right.
But I think it also speaks to this idea of,
Okay.
battling our inner demons, right?
Okay.
The struggle between, base desires and maybe higher aspirations.
Interesting. So it's like Pigsy is fighting
Yeah.
a part of himself.
A darker aspect of himself, perhaps.
That's really cool. So how does it all end?
Well, in the end,
Does good triumph?
good does triumph. Sun Wukong uses his strength and his wit to capture Sai Tai Su,
Okay.
restore order to the kingdom.
Good.
The king and queen are reunited.
Happy ending.
It is a happy ending. It's very satisfying, right?
Yeah.
Because it reinforces these themes of justice,
Right.
prevailing over chaos and deception.
Right. So it's like no matter how bad things get,
Yeah,
there's always hope.
exactly.
So what do we take away from this whole story? Why is Sai Tai Su such a compelling villain, do you think?
I think it's because he embodies these like very primal anxieties we have about power and manipulation
Right.
and the fragility of social
Right.
order.
Those are very human concerns, right?
Exactly. So even though this is a story with, demons and magic,
Yeah.
it still speaks to us centuries later.
Right.
It makes you wonder, how do we recognize the Sai Tai Sus in our own lives?
Yeah.
The forces that are trying to disrupt our own personal harmony or even societal harmony.
That's a great question to think about.
It is, isn't it?
So if anyone out there is interested
Yeah.
in reading more of this type of story,
Oh, yeah.
I cannot recommend Journey to the West enough.
It's an amazing book.
It's full of stories just like this one
Absolutely.
that are not only entertaining, but also give us a
Yeah.
lot to think about.
Deeper meaning.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. So go check it out.
Go have an adventure.
Yeah.